Howdy, folks. Howdy. I'm Black Dragon. Welcome to another edition of Black Dragon Biker TV. And as always, I'd like to thank you all for tuning in from wherever it is in the world that you happen to be. Let's see. Me. This doesn't. Okay, that's better. All right. Yeah, okay, that's better. Okay. Seems like we got the studio back up in order. Doesn't look like we are broadcasting over on Facebook. Let's see. Man, this is some more vinegar left over from yesterday. Let's see. Is there a way to include that stream? Let's see. I'm Black Dragon. If this is the first time you're tuning in, we cover biker news every morning. And so if you would like, share, and subscribe, that helps us out. If you aren't getting our notifications, then look for them. Just come over and look for the videos because they're going to be here. So as in, for some reason, we're not publishing on to Facebook right now, but we will put that video up right after this one. Right after we do this, we'll send it up there. A little dry mouth here. We are also on the Dragon's Lair, LAIR, Motorcycle Chaos. Yeah. All right. That's wherever you get your podcasts. So I see I've got everybody on this morning. It's good to see you all. Todd J's on. He says it's time to fight back. Social services said we can't protest outside their building. Yeah, they can't say that. They can't stop you from protesting outside of a public building, can they? Wow. If they can, that's sad. That's real sad. But man, the government is going to hell in a handbasket. Our country is so fragmented and mad at each other and messed up, bro. It ain't even funny. So we see things happening out there, but we're not the only ones. No, it's messed up in a few places. And I wanted to show you guys this story. I just got to be able to find it. Yeah, here we are. Yeah, this is crazy because we're not the only country that's messed up. There are some other countries out there that have some of the same problems we have. And this story today is about France. As you guys see, my title page said that France says, hell no. Let's go to that title page real quick. Let me click you guys over there. Yeah, France says hell no. For those of you in the listening audience, the title page is a kid on a motorcycle with a hoodie mask on. Had to switch accounts. I'm back. So yeah, if you were watching me on Facebook, you notice I'm not on. I have to fix that. That died because of everything that happened yesterday. So I'll get it together. But if you notice, they call the guys that we call here, those bike life guys riding around in the motorcycle flash mobs all over town. Well, it seems like many things from American culture cross over the world, and this bike life stuff with these people riding all crazy has crossed over. So our cover has I'll explain it to my viewing audience. The cover says France says hell no, and it's got one of them bike life dudes on. Looks like one of them street bikes, Kawasaki something blue or whatever. His arms stretched out like an iron cross, and he's got a red complete mask on that covers his head and everything. I forget what those are called, and he's got on sandals as he's riding this bike, and he's in a 12 o'clock wheelie with his hands in midair, stretched out like he's on a cross or something, and just rolling down the road in France. So looks like, everything we've ever done over here, breakdancing, everything is getting picked up all over the world. So now they have these flash mobs of urban bikers over in France too. They call it urban rodeo. Isn't that a nice name? Urban rodeo. And they are pissed down about it. They're calling for a crackdown. So this is printed in the Guardian magazine. Call for crackdown on dirt bike urban rodeos in France after a child was critically injured. So they're having the same problems over there that we're having over here. A 10-year-old girl suffers major head injuries as motocross bike rider at a meetup in Pontoise, or is that Pontoise? Is that how they might say that? Pontoise, maybe? Hits two children. So this guy over in Pontoise, maybe, I'm not quite sure how you say that word. He hit two children on his dirt bike. And of course, the dirt bike is not where it's supposed to be. And we're going to read that story. I just wanted to see if we could find out how to say this word.
Pontoise.
I was right. Don't you dare tell me I don't know my little bit of French. Yeah.
Pontoise.
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 Pontoise, a city in and the capital of, oh, Jesus, Val d'Oise in North France on the Oise River, northwest of Paris or Paris. So there.
Pontoise.
Don't never question. Don't ever question me again. Never. Don't be questioning my French. You might get French fried. Which, by the way, when I went to France and asked for French fries, they didn't know what the hell I was talking about. That was crazy. It seems that they don't have French fries in France. Francois. Anyway, this guy hit these two children. It is called a summer scourge in France's suburbs that has left young people dead and injured, and complaints that the government is failing to act. So this picture, the lead-in picture, has police after having confiscated a motorcycle that looks very much like the motorcycle on our cover page. The French government, so the caption beneath it, the French government has promised that every police station will step up its patrols to curb street stunts, otherwise known as urban rodeo. Youths on motorbikes, scooters, and other vehicles have taken over streets, carrying out high-speed stunts in what have become known as urban rodeos. Interior Minister Gerald Darmanin says 2,200 arrests have been made this year. That's a lot of people for one city, 2,200 arrests. And he has promised that every police station will carry out at least 3 anti-rodeo operations every day. So it must be a hell of a lot of folks out there doing this. It just must be a lot of folks out there involved in this for there to be so much that they're going to do one of these 3 times a day. Frost says, Cava BD ne parle pas Francois. Hell, I don't know what that means, man. Cava BD ne parle pas Francois. Like, dude, don't do that. Do not do that on here. Be showing off your French, and you might force me to have to actually go back to Google Translate on your ass. Anyway, he promised twice 3 anti-rodeo operations a day. They must have a lot of people doing this. Only this week, a 19-year-old man was killed when he lost control of the motorbike he was riding in Marseille. I know what Marseille is. You know, Marseille. I think they say it Marseille. I'm just trying to when in France, do as the French. But a 19-year-old was killed. Local reports say he was doing a wheelie on his powerful new 650cc bike in front of a friend when he lost his balance, hit the pavement, and crashed into a pole. He had no license and no insurance. Now, let me tell you something. A 650 dirt bike is a bad booty dirt bike. These things are bad booty. I can't even really handle a 650. I don't even know how you put your feet on the ground on those things. Like, it had me on my tiptoes. I'm 6'4". That is a scary motorcycle. He said, we know from witnesses who were there that this young man was evidently doing urban rodeo with a high-powered motorbike and lost control, said local police prefect Frederic Camilleri. It's truly tragic, and my thoughts go out to his family and his friends because it's traumatic for everybody. But it's not just the bikers getting caught up in deadly races. In June, a young man was killed when he was hit by a biker in Rennes. Then earlier this month, a 7-year-old girl called Kenya was playing with a friend on a basketball court in Pontoise northeast of Paris, Paris, when they were knocked down by an 18-year-old biker. The girl was in a coma for days with a severe head injury. Last weekend, a 27-year-old Afghan man was fatally shot after challenging a group of young bikers doing stunts in the streets of Kalmar in the Northeast. He had been having a barbecue with friends when the row began. I guess row means argument. The latest casualties of the urban rodeo bikers have prompted an outcry. People are tired of it. After the two children were run over while playing tag late in the evening in Pontoise, the girl's mother accused the government of failing to act. They were in an area reserved for children, not motorbikes. They shouldn't have been killed. They shouldn't have died. They were in a playground. And here these idiots are, non-law abiding, non-law respecting. They don't respect anything. This is me speaking now. And here they are, and they run over two kids. And the guy who did it ran, of course. The interior minister then labeled the rodeos as criminal acts and announced more frequent patrols, up to 3 a day. The fatal shooting in Kalmar prompted a group of demonstrators to march to the local police station carrying pictures of the dead victim. Quayman Abdul Amadze, Quayman Abdul Amadze was a refugee whose wife and children were reportedly still in Afghanistan. I got to take a worldwide language course so I can say people's names right. Anyway, Quayman Abdul Amadze was a refugee whose wife and children were reportedly still in Afghanistan. For residents in Pontoise, the rodeos are nothing new. That's why I rarely ever go for a walk with my little one, especially in the spring or winter. I was worried this would happen, one father told La Parisienne. One biker in the north suburbs of Paris said in his part of the world, there was nothing else to do. It's either that or selling drugs. Wow. Not that or reading a book, that or studying a self-study course, or not even that or playing Call to Duty. It's that or selling drugs. The biker said it's either that or selling drugs, riding bikes in the street and running over people or selling drugs. And we preferred biking better, Kareem told RTL Radio. We saw the older guys and tried it out. And now we're doing it too. A 2018 law criminalized urban rodeos with a possible jail term of 1 to 5 years, but Pontoise Mayor Stephanie Van Ou told French media that they were powerless to stop the bikers as the law was not strong enough. The offenders have to be caught red-handed. Wow. It's absolutely crazy. And, and this is what they're looking at. Here is a BBC writer. But now this guy is a little different. He's got all his leathers on, his helmet. His motorbike is set up. This is not a dirt bike. This looks like a GSXR with no front on it to me. But this guy, if he wrecks, he ain't going to be hurting nobody, not even himself. He's got, full leathers on. But that's not how they do it. No, how they do it is real crazy around here. Here's another story. Today, let's see. Is this the one? Oh, no. This was another part of that story. Little bit different story. It's the same place, same area in France. This is a call for a crackdown on dirt urban rodeos in France after a child is critically injured. This one is a 10-year-old girl suffers major head injuries as a motocross bike rider at a meetup in Pontoise hits the two children. So in this one, The politicians are mad. This is the same story, connected, different, different um, paper. This one, this one's the Guardian. What was this one? This one is the BBC. And I think what I did was, I kind of mixed the stories. But in this one, the 10-year-old girl was critically ill after being hit by a motocross bike while she played in the housing estates northeast of Paris. The 18-year-old boy was being questioned. He turned himself in to local authorities after the accident. He ran and left. He left the accident and came back with his attorney the next day. The 10-year-old girl and 11-year-old boy were playing catch in a pedestrianized area beneath their apartment. Remember in the other story, mom said it was a place for children, not motorcycles. Both the children were hit by the motocross bike. Its rider was believed to be taking part in a meetup of urban dirt bike riders performing stunts, also known as urban rodeo. The Pantois Public Prosecutor's Office told Agency France Presse that the young girl suffered major head injuries, which, if she survives, she will have heavy neurological consequences. And the little boy suffered fractures. The 18-year-old boy, here in America, it would be 18-year-old man, who had initially left the scene before presenting himself to police on Saturday, admitted being on the motocross bike, the local prosecutor said, and he's now still being questioned by police. France has a strong tradition of urban dirt bike riding known as urban rodeos, in which teenagers compete to perform prolonged wheelies and stunts on motocross bikes. It is common in the area around Paris, where police often target what they call illegal gatherings with unregistered bikes. In the Val d'Oise department, north of Paris, there have been 534 police interventions for urban rodeo since April. Damn, that's only a few months. With 37 people arrested and 34 bikes seized, local authorities told Agence France Presse. In June, a 19-year-old boy died after he was hit by a motocross bike at an urban rodeo in the Brittany city of Rennes. During the first term of the French president, Emmanuel Macron, in 2018, a new law passed to toughen the punishments for illegal motorbike rodeos, which riders would now facing up to 5 years in prison. Natalia Puziref, ooh, that's real close to getting you in trouble, that name. Natalia Puziref, a lawmaker for Emmanuel Macron's centrist party, Renaissance, who co-authored the 2018 law, told France Info Radio on Sunday there must be more systematic confiscations of motorbikes. Actually, just put those assholes in jail. The article didn't say that, I did. She said there should be more police interventions on the ground and more CCTV cameras in certain areas. She said if arrests were followed by prison sentences and more radical sanctions, they would have a dissuasive effect. Not really, because kids don't think about the future. We know this. At the Cannes Film Festival this May, the director Lola Quiveron won an award for Rodeo, the first French feature film about the motocross dirt bike riding. She called it a social phenomenon in France. I don't know if you guys saw that. She did win that. Let me see if I can actually find her award. I remember seeing that a couple days ago, and I didn't know what the hell it meant. So this is the Cannes Film Festival, and this is her story. She wrote she made a movie about these kids doing these crazy stunts, and it's called Rodeo. And I remember reading some of the um, comments about this. And one of the comments I remember reading was, I can't believe these idiots talking about the film professionals were glorifying this behavior. I actually remember seeing all this and not really being able to put it all together. But I do remember when this came out, actually seeing this. I was going to do a story on it and I never did. So here it's all come to roost. The story of this girl and these so-called urban rodeo kids that, you know, mostly come from the depressed areas of France, just like, you know, just like here in the good old US of A. It has, and some of these kids have some bad booty motorcycles. I'm telling you, that they're getting killed on. And I don't know if you noticed that in these pictures, if you just look at the feet, these kids are wearing tennis shoes and half helmets, no helmets, no kind of protection. You know, this girl's just riding free. And if you wreck these things at 60, 70 miles an hour, you really screw yourself up if you don't have any protection. Falling on your head could mean, you know, death or being a vegetable. So it just you wonder. We see it here, and you wonder what can be done. 202 Lido says, yeah, Philly, Baltimore, and DC is wild with it. And so is Atlanta. Like they just roll down the road in these hordes. And man, my motorcycle club, we had a clubhouse directly in downtown Atlanta across from the stadium on Pryor Street. And we came up with this brilliant idea, man. That right there is our future. If we can capture those cats, our bike riding club would be major. Man, we did everything we could to get those kids over to the clubhouse. They didn't want anything to do with our kind of motorcycling. They are into their own thing, like all kids are. All kids are into their own thing. Every generation comes up with some kind of way to slap the previous generation or two in the mouth. It's going to be funny, but in a few years from now, this little girl, in a few years from now, this little girl will have a family. She'll be a mama. And the last thing on her mind will be breaking the law. She'll be trying to put a switch on her own daughter's ass. Like, what the hell are you doing? We all start off like this, wild and untouchable, living forever before we become citizens. Yeah, that's the word. Derek Warrington says, live by the bike, die by the bike. Well, they say that about us too, my bro. Pablo says, which kind of vegetable would you like to be? Squash. Yes, I see people. What did Sumo say? Dago Sumo says, yes, I see people here on Harleys wearing shorts, sandals, and tank tops. It's crazy. Those are people that don't want their feet and stuff when it's all is said and done. A 16-year-old girl was a passenger in a car driven by her 16-year-old girlfriend on August 2 when a 42-year-old doing a wheelie T-bones the car. She was killed, as was he. This happened in Whitehall. Well, there's no shortage of idiots. They're not just these kids. That's for sure. But this is still a big problem. Even, and this is true, no racetracks want people doing wheelies on a track. A crash disrupts everyone's day. I remember when we made the movie Biker Boys, and the racing phenom, Ricky Gatson, a friend of mine, that I was able to get him to agree to be on the movie, in the movie Biker Boys. And I remember we did our video at an actual, we did a scene at an actual racetrack, and Ricky Gatson, and you'll see that in his, I don't know if you see him doing the wheelie, but he did several passes for the scene where you see Ricky Gatson in the movie Biker Boys. And in one of the passes, he wheelied the entire quarter mile at just a crazy, ridiculous speed. His front tire went up, and he just never brought it back down. And they jumped on that PA so fast. We do not allow wheeling on the track. and so that was my experience with that. Like, oh, they don't like that over here. Yeah, it's tough. Somebody said, good morning, Black Dragon. Hope you're having a great day so far. Much love and respect from your next door neighbors up in Canada. And good morning to all y'all out there. Good morning, Penguin Posse. Good to see you guys, man. Jeremy Young says, just go on ahead and give them their area to do their stunts, and they might stay off public roads. The problem with that is because they're in the inner city is prime land these days. All the developers are rushing to take back the inner city. Gas prices have made the rush out to the suburbs a silly proposition. It was the suburbanites gave up the cities when gas was cheap 3 decades ago, when gas was still $1 a gallon, and even before that. And they moved out to the suburbs, 20 and 30 miles away from the city, leaving the cities to rot and decay. Cities like Baltimore and cities in Michigan and stuff. The Detroit, or the motor, all these cities almost just like collapsed and fell on top of themselves. Then as gas started getting expensive again, or I say again, as gas started getting expensive and then just intolerable, and then the commutes, an hour to get to work, 2 hours to get home, suburbanites have been moving back to the inner city. So they've been buying up the inner city and taking over the inner city and redeveloping the inner city. In Atlanta, Midtown, Little Five Points, Inman Park, Mechanicsville, all of these places. When I first moved here 20 years ago, you had so many vacant, like high rises and stuff. You could buy a building down there for nothing. You could buy a real huge, real warehouse for real. I had a friend buy one, just a couple of $100,000. The thing's worth 15, 20 million bucks now. When he first went in that thing, he went in there with a shovel and a hazmat suit, personally himself, shoveling just hundreds of pounds, thousands of pounds of needles and dope residue, spoons and pipes and crack pipes and stuff, shoveling that stuff out of there into big bins and carrying it out. He had to go in there with a gun and fight homeless people to clear the place out. Then he redid the floors and turned the place into a series of lofts, a complex of lofts. Each loft sells for, the rent on each loft is $4,000 or $5,000 a month. If you wanted to buy one, they sell for millions. This is what happened. The place just got taken back over, Atlanta. So you're not going to be able to buy a spot. The land is worth too much to take the kids from the inner city and give them a spot where they can roll and do their thing. No one's gonna buy something like that for them. Somebody said they'll give you a house in Detroit today to start fixing it. You know what? They might, Jeremy, but that's not going to last long, bro. They'll be back to take Detroit back over too, if it hasn't started happening already. I'm sure they're going to do just like Atlanta. So anyway, the message for today. How do we win these kids over? I don't know that we can. I don't know if the biker community can get these kids off these bikes like this. But one thing is for certain. I think you're going to see some draconian. They're not going to let this go on forever. They're going to come up with something. If it ain't nets that shoot out of helicopters that wrap you up and take you off the bike, they're going to come up with something. And when they do, it's not going to be good for these kids. So, man, I don't know what the message is for today. I really don't. I see these kids doing this here in Atlanta, and I get so mad. One is because they have absolutely no respect for safety or anybody else's safety or anything like that. And I kind of feel sorry because I know, like, people see all bikers in a bad way. But a lot of times bikers bring it on themselves. That's just what we do. Anyway, I just wanted to share those stories with you today. We had a lot of participants on the book raffle giveaway, whatever we want to call it. Let's see. What's my email address? Oh, here we go. So see, I didn't forget today. Log in here. So the answer was Motor Maids. You guys were right. So Silverback Eric, you got it right. The Dragon, it's the Motor Maids at Trip to Sturgis. You would see the Motor Maids are legit members of its Hall of Fame, over 80 years, I believe. But the question is definitely Motor Maids. Additionally, I donated to the dog as well. We pray all works out. We love our dogs. We pray Braveheart is safe, as well as you will one day reconnect with him. Get skinnier, brother. Looking good. We appreciate you, Eric. And you want a book? Let's see, who else? Somebody else. There was several of you guys I saw yesterday. C. Ruger? Gosh, C. Ruger won a book. All right, C. Ruger, who just recently patched up with the Punishers. Congratulations on your patching up with the Punishers, and I hope you're having fun. So C. Ruger won a book. Jonathan DeLucia won a book. The answer to your question, he says, is Motor Maids. They've been operating for over 82 years. Ride safe. John, he spells his name Jon, the French way. It looks like Jim won another book. The Motor Maids, Jim Papa Bear Anderson. We appreciate you, Jim. Let's see. Deuces Wild, 18. Motor Maids, established in 1940. He got it. Wow. Bolo got it. My submarine sailing brother. My answer is Motor Maids. Man, you guys are getting better. Okay, no more easy ones, man. I run out of books messing with y'all. So those are all the folks that won yesterday. I will be sending you your fulfillment thing. You just go to Audible and you go there and put that number in and you will have a book. I ask that you guys give me a review after you've listened to the book, if you wouldn't mind. The book is not a new book. It's the first book I ever wrote, called The Prospects Bible, but it's my best-selling book, and people on Audible seem to love it. So I absolutely appreciate that. Let me share the screen with you guys here. This is the book here on Audible. We now have 13 ratings, and so far we still have a 5.0 of the 13 ratings. So that's exciting. The ratings are overall performance and story. And we've got all these people. Somebody said, I've listened to this book twice today. I really appreciate the knowledge and information contained in this book. I hate it when people can like listen to a book that took me like 5 weeks to make in one day, 2 times in a day. Like, geez, Louise. And then I got other people. It took me 6 months to like write the book. I got other people. Yeah, I just got it an hour ago. I just finished it. People. Can someone please take 6 months to read the book? But I'm glad. I don't think I'm not glad that you didn't read. Did it sound like that? I'm sorry. So overall performance. So I got 5 O's in every category. One person gave me 4 stars. Everybody likes the book. It's got an overall 5.0 on all the categories. So this is 13 ratings. We put it out last month on the 25th, and it's selling very well. And I'm just so thankful to everyone. So last night, I hope you guys are still looking at my screen. Last night, I got started on the President's Bible. Where is that program at? Here it is. So last night I got started on the President's Bible, and the President's Bible should be done in a couple of weeks. And just so you guys will know, this is the forward. Yeah. So check this out. This is so you guys can hear some of the President's Bible. Forward. The genesis of this material. I heavily borrowed from many U.S. Navy and U.S. Marine Corps military manuals when adopting the core principles I believe necessary for development of a president of a motorcycle club that I will present to you in Chronicle 1 of this President's Bible series that I plan to include 6 books. MCs would be better served if they have highly trained leaders to guide them, and though many of them do have good leaders, it seems as though this occurs more by accident or a sheer stroke of luck than it does by the direct intention of the brotherhood through training, molding, and development of its potential leaders. One reason is that there are no MC training academies, correspondence courses, or universities. Club members falsely believe that everything a brother needs to know should be gleaned from within the brotherhood in mouth-to-mouth spoken tradition, handed down from one generation to another. They shun any outside learning and scoff at the idea of gaining MC knowledge from books, social media, or independent research. Tragically, when there is a break in the chain of that method of traditional inter-organizational training, years of knowledge and experience are lost. The MC reverts backwards, losing its forward momentum perhaps for decades or even generations. Any society without written information, records, documentation, training, and education will evaporate from history, leaving no evidence of its existence. Thus, it is essential that MCs learn to document their history and standardize their training and education so that every leader is trained equally in the skills necessary to direct the brotherhood in the way that it should go. That stated, there is still the obstacle that even if MC leaders are receptive to availing themselves of the hundreds of thousands, well, so now we see the beginning of the President's Bible take shape, and that book should be out soon. We got to get Sven over there in the Black Forest to translate the book to German. That'll be cool. And then we'll get Lubis over there in Brazil to translate the book in Portuguese. And then we got a guy down in Mexico who's going to translate the book to Spanish. Yeah. So it's going to be cool, man. It's going to be pretty cool. 6 months to read the book. I'm your man. It's 5 hours. Listen to it in one day, Black Dragon. I'm sorry. No, I'm picking on you guys. It's just sometimes, yeah, man, I read your book in about an hour. You're just like, oh, man, I can't write another one yet. Please get the rest of the books on there soon. I'm working on it there, Rabbit. I'm working on it as we speak, my friend. Is there a package deal for all your books at once? Yes, Dwayne, I'll make you a deal if you send me a email to blackdragon@blacksabbathmc.com. We can come up with something. Let's see. Did something happen? I thought I saw somebody congratulating something. Nothing like seeing a gray beard in a muscle shirt, saddles, and shorts riding a bagger down the highway. Yeah, a gray beard does that. It's crazy. Okay, let's see. I think that's everything this morning. Yeah, I think I'm caught up with everybody. It's fan afternoon. Thunderstorms are, man, Mississippi. I got any people in Mississippi? You guys are getting rained the hell out, ain't y'all? Absolutely crazy what's happening over in Mississippi. Let's see. Quickly, Biden just gave away 45 million people are getting $20,000 towards their educations. Man, I just ain't with all the giveaways because it's my money they're giving away. I mean, taxpayer people's money that just giving it away. Well, you got 87,000 new IRS agents to come collect your money. You don't get to opt out of the great giveaway. And you want to give away money, give it. No, you got a tax agent that must be prepared to kill. That, I don't know if you guys saw that. They're hiring 87,000 tax agents, and in the requirements for the job, it says must be willing to carry a gun and be prepared to shoot American citizens who are back on their taxes. You're coming to take their house and their estate because you're going to give their money to the Ukraine and to 45 million college students who took out loans they don't want to pay back. Am I being too simplistic? But anyway, bro, we got all kinds of stuff going on out there, man. So riding motorcycles is fun, right? $10,000 won't go far with $5 gas and 150% inflated groceries. No, it might not go far, but I want to keep my portion of it. I don't know how much I pay of the $10,000. What is it? Each individual taxpayer, maybe, $2.45. I don't know, but I want my $2. It's mine. I want it. No money for anything except an army of IRS agents. Same here. State is only after our money. Did I start that up? I started that up. What's up, Aunt Squirrely? All right, we are at an hour. I don't know. It just really ticked me off, man. The great giveaway. I know, and because I know too many people personally, who got those COVID loans to so-called build their businesses, and they didn't have business the damn one, but they got new cars and stuff now. I know some of these people. They got new cars, and one I know got a tummy tuck. Someone else I know got brand new teeth. I know people that got all kind of stuff. No businesses. Just handing that money out. Like shea butter. So I don't know. Be selfish. It's only our future at stake. Yeah, if our future depends on giving my money away, then I hope we all go back to the ice ages. I got my cave put together. How about you? The POP loans. Oh my goodness. But PPP. There you go, Trevor. 100% forgiven. Some of them, right? Didn't they forgive some of those people's loans? I say, yeah, I'll forgive your loans after I see a year of your tax returns that you've given back to the country or something like that. We're just giving it away. In Germany, some folks got notes from the state to pay back their aid and not even received it. Oh, they got this going on in Germany too? I thought we were the only one. Let's see. Didn't give me a dime, but lost 2 companies. Frost said he didn't get a penny of that money. A lot of us didn't get a penny of that money. Oh, look, somebody said you're on point, Black Dragon. Oh, I figure when I do this, I always get some email or some text messages, or I even get in the comments, hey man, shut up and cover motorcycle news. That's what we come over here for. Don't have an opinion, just shut the hell up. So I'm gonna shut on up. I told you I was leaving. 1 hour. I'm out. That's my time. I love y'all. Thanks for tuning in. I'm glad that it's the way of today. The way people are today. For instance, as you guys know, yesterday, Restream was not up and running. It was not working. I lost money and maybe even subscribers. Definitely, I could have lost subscribers to other shows. I was not able to work and do my show correctly yesterday. Okay? And so what happens is, do you think that they would have sent me some information saying, hey, man, we are so sorry. We were down yesterday. It was not working. Hey, we're going to credit you back 3 or 4 hours of your money or anything like that? No, nothing. We just weren't there, bro. This is how business is done today. We're wondering why so many businesses are failing. This is how it's done. You got a show you got to do every day. You pay us our money, and you're depending on us to do this show, and we don't show up to work. Our system was down. Do you think they would even send me an email? Well, no, this son of a bitch knows our system's down because he couldn't work. Do you think they would send a message? Do you think they would send an apology? Do you think they would send me a message saying, all is clear now? Sorry for the inconvenience, Mr. Bunch, Mr. Dragon. We apologize. We're going to give you a credit. No. That's why we live in a society where people love handouts. That's the kind of work they do. A friend of mine pointed it out yesterday. I was talking to him on the phone about some of this stuff. And he says to me that he was talking to his daughter, and his daughter was getting $15 an hour to work in a restaurant, and she was complaining. And he looked at his daughter, just shook his head, and he laughed, and he said, I used to get paid $3.50 an hour, and I had to shovel manure, and I worked 8 hours a day doing this job for $3.50 an hour, and you're getting paid $15 to wrap tacos, and you're mad. Holy moly! My first job was 11 years old. Now, I'm not talking about the farm. That really was a first job. But my first job was 11 years old, working at Nicolosi's restaurant on Northwest 10th Street in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, as a dishwasher. I worked from 5 o'clock in the evening till 2 o'clock in the morning. You can't even do that as an 11-year-old today. I made $1.35 an hour. $1.35 an hour, and I would wash stacks of dishes that were taller than I was at 11 years old for $1.35 an hour. We are now paying people $15 an hour to wrap tacos. We're in trouble in this country. We're in trouble! Ronald Beal said, my first job, I was making $2 an hour at Polaroid Land Camera, and I thought I was getting paid. And Squirrely said, my first job was $1.75 an hour, minimum wage. Frost says 16-hour shifts in construction at $5 an hour. Pablo Sluggo, $2 an hour as a dishwasher. Happy to have it. Shadow, $2.85 an hour as a factory worker. Thank the Lord for piece rates. Is that crazy or what? It's hike across town every day to get to work. That's funny, huh? Can't remember what I got paid an hour back in the late 1970s. Black Dragon, stop and consider the value of the dollar today. I don't care. $1.35 an hour was not valued at $15, and it ain't even. I'm sure $1.35 an hour. I'm going to do that math tonight. Okay, listen. I need one more thing from you guys. I need you guys to help me get. We're still trying to get this $400 or $500 together for our buddy's dog. His dog has to have a surgery. I'd like to get that money to him tomorrow, if possible. So I need you guys to send me $10 a piece, $10, $20. Can you get that together for me so we can get this dog this surgery? This dog is in an amount of pain, and you guys know I'm an animal lover. So if we can, if you're going to send it to my Cash App, it's $Biker Prez, Prez. $Biker Prez. I'm so thankful for those of you who have already sent money. Tomorrow I will have a list of the donors up so that we can get this money together. Please, $400 or $500. I'd appreciate $10 from everybody listening. The Cash App is $Biker Prez, Prez, and the PayPal is JBunchII, stands for John Bunch II, JBunchII at AOL.com. JBunchII at AOL.com. Okay. And just absolutely appreciate if you guys can do that for me. I remember my old man flipping out when cigarettes went to 50 cents a pack. I remember when they were 25 cents a pack. Let's see. The question for tomorrow's book giveaway is, what is the oldest surviving motorcycle club on the Black Biker set in San Diego, California? What is the oldest surviving motorcycle club on the Black Biker set in San Diego, California? Yeah. I'm Black Dragon. That's my 2 cents. Love to hear your 2 cents in the comments section below. I want to thank you guys all for tuning in and tell you that it is your videos, you're watching my videos every day that just helps keep me going. I just want to thank you guys for the last 7 years. Appreciate everything you've done for me and for my life. And thanks for just listening to an old man rant. You guys take care. Have a great day today. I'm Black Dragon. That's my 2 cents. Love to hear your 2 cents in the comment section below. Thanks for tuning in and get skinny. Prepare yourself to take the helm as president of your mighty motorcycle club by delving into the pages of Black Dragon's newest book, The President's Bible, Chronicle 1, Principles of Motorcycle Club Leadership. There you will learn to advance your skills in applying the 14 scientific principles of leadership similar to those taught to officers in the United States Naval Service. Available in hardcover, paperback, and ebook, Get yours today on Amazon, Kindle, or order it at your local bookstore. Order your autographed copy from blackdragonsgear.com. Be the best motorcycle club president you can be. Get the book.
Get Black Dragon's first book, The Prospect's Bible, to learn how to join a motorcycle club. It has been an Amazon #1 bestseller for the past 7 years and is required reading for over 3,000 motorcycle clubs worldwide. This book is a must-have for new people venturing onto the motorcycle club set. It will teach you how to prepare yourself for service to the motorcycle club nation and show you how to qualify a motorcycle club to be worthy of your service. Available on Amazon, Kindle, and for order at your local bookstore. Get your autographed copy at blackdragonsgear.com. Be the best motorcycle club prospect you can be. Get the book.
You are fake news.
Black Dragon Biker News Network. Biker news you can trust.
Biker news you can trust.
Biker news you can trust. Biker news you can trust.